afternoon. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? Hey, Ollie.
Hey Chase, how you doing? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Deputies Corner.
Deputies Corner is a show where we spotlight deputies from across the domain, okay?
You had a brain fart, huh?
Yeah, it cut off. It cut all the way off in the middle.
Look, y'all, we only have one job every month, and that's to make y'all want to come back and look at our beautiful faces. Mainly me. Every
Yeah,
month.
she meant to say handsome. That's what she meant to say. Your favorite host of all time, that would be me, Noble Chase Rankin, aka Big. I'm from Palestine Temple number 18, Desert of Alabama, Oasis of Mobile. South, stand up.
And I am daughter Alejandra Phillip, past commandress, Magnus Court number 100, Oasis of Alexandria, Desert of Virginia.
Listen, today's show is brought to you guys by, you guessed it, the IMR department. That's Imperial Media Relations. We the best department in the entire domain, and we just sponsoring everything nowadays, you know?
We sure is. We are the bomb, diggity bomb.
Hey.
But look, if you have an event that you want us to showcase on any of our platforms, go ahead and send all information to PR@aeaonms.org. Man, I ain't do that in a long time.
Like we said, as y'all can tell, Deputies Corner is a live show. So, you know, if we have a little brain fart or anything like that, it's probably going to be me.
It is.
You know, just charge it to our head and not our heart, okay? This is a live show, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we want you to share and subscribe on Facebook as well as YouTube, okay?
On today's show, we'll be talking to two deputies. We just gonna have conversations, get to know these deputies. Won't be no fezzes, no collars. Our first guest is Deputy for the Desert, Honorary Past Imperial Commandress Collette H. Wallace. She was out of Kazan, Court number 117, Oasis of Miami, Desert of Florida.
Hi, Dr. Phillips.
Hi, Deputy.
Hey there, how you doing?
Right. Thank you so much.
She sounds so proper. I like
Right, welcome. Also today, we have the Deputy of the Desert, Noble Lewis T. Harper. He is the past potentate out of Arabia Temple number 8, Oasis of Jacksonville, Desert of Florida.
Hey, Deb.
What's up, family? Good afternoon. How y'all doing?
What's going on with you? Deputy Harper, you mind if I call you Lou?
Absolutely.
All right, Lou. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do for a living outside of being the deputy?
So outside of being a deputy, I work for Comcast as a senior manager in customer care. I've been with Comcast for 29 years. I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri. I've lived in Florida since 1989. I became a noble in October of 2004. Served as illustrious potentate of Arabia Temple number 8 in the Oasis of Jacksonville from 2008 2009. And prior to becoming the Imperial Deputy of the Desert, I served as the Imperial Director for Membership and Group Supervision Department.
No, you done did some of everything, ain't it?
A little bit.
And he did it as long as I've been alive, because you know I'm only like 30 years old, right? Don't do that. Fix your face. I'm only 30. Don't do that. Deputy Wallace, do you mind if I call you Collette? Please say yes. I've been practicing all week.
Sure.
Okay. So same question for you, Collette. What do you do for a living, and what do you do for fun?
Ooh, both very loaded questions. Well, I am a retired educator. Since you're only 30, I think I've been working longer than you've been alive. I've worked with the Miami-Dade County Public School System for 34 and a half years as a district administrator, teacher, and as an assistant principal. I'm a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. I joined the Daughters in 1994 with my lovely sisters, the deputy for South Carolina, daughter Allison Hart Bryant, and past commandress Beverly Hart Ludwig in Kazan. They were ours first here in Florida. I also, in my spare time, volunteer as a the president of the PTA for the Norwood Elementary School. I am a member of the Citizens Advisory Council for the Police Department with the Intercoastal District. I am a life member of Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. and a life member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority. I served as the recorderess for Kezar Court for 6 years, earning an honorary past commander's degree. And then I decided to get into the line, and so I was the commanderess, the illustrious commanderess in 2010, 2011. So I call myself the Centennial Commanderess because it was at that time that we were celebrating the centennial of the Imperial Court. I became the deputy for the Oasis in 2017. Then I went to the Deputy Imperial Directors of Corporate Affairs and Grants in 2017, 2018. 2019, I became the Deputy for the Desert, and I earned the honor of Honorary Past Imperial Commanders 2022 and Daughter of Distinction in 2022. And I also received the distinction of Honorable Mention for the Deputy for the Desert in 2021. And that's just all about me.
That's just it. That was long.
Some more things, top ladies of distinction. Just a few things.
Listen, we got a full understanding of who you are right then and there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Lou, so we do research around here, okay? Research says that you might be good at golfing, just maybe. First of all, is that true? And how did you even get into golfing in the first place?
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. I consider myself still be a novice. I don't play as often as I would like to. So, but let me just say this about I enjoy the sport. It is the one sport that I can get away for 4 hours, 4.5 hours, connect with, nobles or friends, and just focus on the game, not really focus on, what's going on in the world, what's going on at work, what's going on at Shrine. It's just really 4 hours of therapy. I was introduced to the game by past potentates in Arabia Temple number 8 when I first joined. Just to name a few, the late past potentate Robert L. Rollins, Sr., who was my mentor, Eddie Taylor, Jesse Wilcox, Norman Hawkins, Ed Riley, and just to name, it's quite a few. They golfed every weekend. And so they introduced us to the game. They gave me some clubs, put together a set of clubs, and introduced me to a golf instructor. And so the story goes on. But again, it's the one sport that I enjoy that's now become one of my passions. And it's how I disconnect from the world. So I definitely enjoy it.
Okay. Collette, since we're talking about sports, look, somebody say you a Dolphin fan. First of all, I don't even know why you picked that sorry team, but I'm going to let you slide. So the fact that they're having a decent season, how do you feel about that?
A decent season? I've never seen any flaws with my Miami Dolphins, first of all. And you can see that, we're representing the colors of our team. This year we have Teddy Bridgewater, and he's from Miami. So I expect him to take us on to the playoffs. Better get on board.
So you think y'all going to the playoffs for real?
Think what? You don't know.
We're gonna get up off of that and go to our favorite part of the show, okay? That's the rep your set portion. So remember, we want you to put your court name, your temple name. You can put your lodge name or your chapter name, even your cousin, baby, daddy, brother name. Drop it in the chat pane, and we're going to give you a shout out, okay? All right, we got Alice and Brian. She's saying hello to the deputies of the desert of Florida. How you doing, Alice?
Mitchie Meat, she said hashtag we are Florida.
Florida here heavy, ain't it? Arabia Court number 25 checking in from Denise Jackson. What's going on, baby?
Erica Banks, Arabia number 25 again. Look, Florida, y'all deep today.
It's deep. Featuring me, that's daughter Michelle Martin, past commander of Chicago Court, number 117, Oasis, Miami, Desert, Florida. Oh, Lord.
Come on. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. 82 out of Dorian, Georgia.
Ahmed Temple, number 37, Tallahassee, Florida, in the house. What's going on, TJ?
We have another Kazar Court daughter. Man, did y'all call all the Florida and come to the show?
I'm telling you. They had to just throw him out there. We got Boston from the deputy for the Desert of Georgia. I remember she was on the show. Hey, look.
Hey. We have past poet Pierre E. Rutledge. He is our imperial treasure out of Kazar Temple, number 149. Oasis of Miami, Desert of Florida.
Twila Burns, daughter Twila Burns on radio, number 25. How you doing, baby?
We have the first Lord have mercy. We have the illustrious commandress of Kazar Court, number 117.
Hey there, Commander Jackson. We got Lorraine James, the Imperial Directors of Youth, Ahmed Court, number 134, Oasis, Tallahassee, Desert of Florida. How y'all doing?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was represent.
Now, Florida came in here heavy today.
And everybody from Florida came today. So, Collette, how long have you been a devastating diva of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated? Z-Phi, I just want to say Z-Phi because I am, okay. But you find it hard to balance between the two.
I have been a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated for 48 years. We're getting ready to celebrate our Sigma chapter anniversary next weekend at Clark Atlanta. So I pledged at Clark Atlanta as a sophomore. So I've been doing this for a long time. I don't find it too difficult because the daughters and the deltas do pretty much the same thing: physical and mental health, political awareness and involvement, economic development, education, as well as you ready? Empowerment.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I like that.
Lou.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again, let me pull out my research paperwork. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, why are your papers so crumbly looking?
Because I found it on the floor. Don't worry about that. Listen, everybody that we talk to say you the biggest sport fan of all time, but nobody ever mentions what team, which sport. Like, do you even have a favorite team, or are you just like a fan of sports in general?
Or he a bandwagon fan?
Or that?
So I am a huge sports fan. Depending on the sport is depending on the team that I choose. So for the NFL, for football, I'm still a Rams fan, although they moved to LA. But I'm also a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Anything out of Missouri, I am a fan. I am a huge baseball fan. St. Louis Cardinals, right, who are currently in the playoffs. They lost last night, but they're in the playoffs. Missouri Tigers. Basketball, I don't have a team. So being from St. Louis in the Midwest, we had the Kansas City Kings. They moved to Sacramento. Next closest team was Chicago Bulls. So I was a huge Chicago Bulls fan. When MJ left the game, that was it. So I'm just a huge fan of basketball. I am a Kansas Jayhawk NCAA basketball fan, though. So I'm a huge sports fan. I watch a lot. Golf to include golf. So there you got it. Now you have it. You're hearing it from me.
So you're not really a bandwagon fan?
Not really, no.
You got a couple teams.
He's still bandwagoning me, but okay. So Collette, I have a question. We asked so many people about your leadership style, and it seems like nobody wanted to talk to us or tell us about your leadership style. I don't know what you're doing to them people in Florida, but I'm curious, from your perspective, what do you think your leadership style is?
I'm going to ask, and I can answer you very well today. I do inclusion. I involve my Desert Dog Band, my commandresses, anybody that wants to work has an area and an opportunity to do so in the Desert of Florida Daughters. We do a lot of collaboration with our nobles, and we just get the job done. We put on the virtual conferences for youth, virtual gala days. We did a candidates forum. We just kind of stay busy. Past Deputy Pierre Rutledge and I started and then joined with T. Harper, Louis T. Harper, and we are just rolling right along with youth and other programs of interest, fitness challenge. We just stay busy. So I think that I encourage everyone around me to stay as busy as possible. Volunteering. I just came back from a Susan Coleman walk this morning, so you might still see some of the perspiration on me. But I just stay busy and keep everybody around me doing the same. They don't answer my call all the time, but it's okay. We're growing leaders here in the Desert of Florida.
Awesome.
Speaking about the Desert of Florida, Lou, where do you see the Desert of Florida in the near future?
It's a really good question, to be. So for me, selfishly, I'll say first, the best desert in the domain. And one of the largest deserts in the domain, right? We currently have 15 temples in the desert of Florida. Our membership definitely has increased by 200 members, over 200 members since January of 2020. And our future consists of growth in membership, number one. Secondly, investing in our youth, as Deputy Wallace just mentioned. We were making a huge commitment to spend time growing our youth program in the desert of Florida, increasing our mentoring hours as well. That's ongoing and will continue to be our focus over the next few years.
Okay.
Awesome. Collette, the same question for you. Where do you see the Desert of Florida in the near future?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that question, and I'm not going to answer with the 1, 2, 3 ABC. We are developing leaders. We are developing great leaders, and I say great because everyone can be great because everyone can serve. You might have heard that from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And service is what we do in Florida. We have to be intentional and purposeful about the work that we do. So we are starting with the end in mind. We take our stewardship reports serious. We don't want at the end of the year to have a blank report. So if we have a person who is a choir member, we want them to be the best choir member. If you're just a good decorator, we want you to be the best decorator. If you're the top ticket seller, we have a role for you. So chair a committee, become an elected or appointed officer, and just fill up your space or the dash in where you are. So start somewhere and end somewhere and have something to show for it.
That was put together right there. See, my answer would be that good, you
like
know.
Every commercial, we got a job for you. You can throw that.
It's time once again for my favorite part of the show. It's the rep your set. Go ahead and put your temple name, your court name. And if you got some questions for these deputies, go ahead and drop it down in the chat pane. We might pull it up, you know, and we'll ask them on the fly. You know, that's what you got the time for. So go ahead with rep your set. We got daughter Sylvia Jones Carr out of Kazakh Court number 117, Oasis, Miami, Desert of Florida. How you doing?
We have T-Dive Temple number 16. What's up?
South. Honorary Past Imperial Potentate. Half Pint. What's going on? Moolah number 54. What's going on?
We have Jean Doherty. She's the deputy for the Oasis of Arizona.
We got daughter Iris Warren, past commander. Past commander out of Harper Court number 96, Tampa, Florida.
Maybe a Temple number 8 in the house. You got the Desert Recorder.
Florida is deep in here. We got daughter Jacqueline McLeod, Abdallah Court number 166, Oasis of High Point, Desert of North Carolina.
We have the illustrious Potentate Gonzalez out of Idris Temple 239. Man, Florida.
Oh, Idris, I know him. We got Noble Hudson out of Moolah, number 54, Memphis, Tennessee.
We have Noble Tier. I hope I said. I probably messed that up. I'm sorry. So I'm Temple number 262. I'm sorry, I messed that all up. But ladies and gentlemen, that was Griffith said.
Listen, we mess up some names and courts and temples every now and then. So don't nobody feel bad. And don't feel like, we directing it at y'all. It's just every now and then. Lou, we were told that you were retired. I'm sorry, you served in the Navy. How many years did you serve, and what was your actual job there?
I served 4.5 years in the United States Navy. My job was an aviation boatswain's mate handler, and what that job description is, it various levels to it. But I worked on the flight deck. We basically maneuvered airplanes around, direct recovery, launcher recovery, I should say, tie them down, secure them, tow them around the flight deck to a specific location to tie them down to make sure they're secured. But I ended my career as a yellow shirt or a plane director. So, taxiing the aircrafts up and down the flight deck for launch and recovery. So it's probably one of the most dangerous jobs in the United States Navy. But that's what I did for 4.5 years until I called it quits. Go Navy.
Did you get in the plane and go boom, 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 boom?
Hold on, time out. Sir, with all due respect, thank you for your service, but it's all about the Army, okay? Go Army. Cool? Okay. So I'm going to let that slide for now. So, Collette, you have been a deputy for the desert for a few years now. Is it getting any easier, or you are constantly learning as you go through these times?
Well, I have been in for a couple of years, and during the pandemic, things were a little hard. But with Ms. Bostic and Ms. Allison, we banded together and put our heads together and came up with some innovative things, and we got some stuff done via Zoom. We taught our senior citizens how to use Zoom. We started prayer calls. We just got busy. So it is getting easier, and with friendly folks like you, you can't go wrong.
I like her.
She was talking about me. I'm the friendly one.
No, she was talking about you.
Lou, from your time as the deputy of the desert, what lasting impact do you think you've made or will make on the desert of Florida?
Yeah, that's a tall order. That's a big question. I guess for me, my beliefs is that every member of Desert of Florida come first, right? So without the Desert of Florida, there can be no me. It's about them. It's about the concerns, about our deserts, the voices of our deserts, the relationships and the partnerships that we create, and the relationships that we continue to have with Deputy Wallace and the daughters of the Desert of Florida. For me, when we look at our future, again, I mentioned it's about growth. It's about membership, youth, and our future leaders, making an investment in them right now so we can see that grow in the years to come. Training is very important to us and to me. So our commitment is continue to create a training platform for every noble and every temple director that's over in the Imperial Council program. Training for our illustrious potentates, training for our Imperial deputies of the Oasis. But what's key is how effective that training is going to be. And I say that because of this generational shift that we're going through and we're going to continue to go through, right? So the way I was taught and the way I learned and the way training was done 20 years ago cannot be the same right now with all of the technology platforms that we have, right? So we're going to continue to make an investment in training, and that's going to continue to help us grow. So that's my commitment to the Desert of Florida while I am the Imperial Deputy of the Desert.
Sound like you ran for president.
I know these speeches, man. Let me tell you something. Look, Collette, I have the same question for you. As your time being the deputy for the desert, what long impact do you think you have made on the Desert of Florida?
Well, once again, I said that we've been working on making great leaders. We're looking at folk who have specific talents and skills, and we're utilizing those. So I think that I have encouraged those who seek those opportunities to come forward to share. I get emails, texts, calls, so that we can garner all of their talents and put forth something new. I'm going to share that we have a youth initiative program that I just started that no one knows about yet, but you are all hearing it
Oh,
together.
they know now.
Oh, we got that.
They know now.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
So I spoke with Kalia Turner from Abulahab Court in Maryland. She was the youngest daughter created at Imperial Session. This young lady is young. So I thought, we want to try and connect the young people together. So the Young People's Initiative is now a new group on GroupMe. A couple of people that we put in so far, Rashard and Richie Revere out of Kazan, a twin set of twins under 30. We have Johnny Kimbrough, Sade Butler, Kayla Coward, just to name a few. So we're going to keep doing things because they're going to be our next leaders. They will carry this organization on into the next era. So we got to do more to keep them involved.
Y'all talk a lot about growth. That's the main thing that a lot of people need to understand across the board. You know, growth is really, really important. I think I missed a couple names on that little list right there. So we're going to go right back to the rep your set because there's some more people on there that I don't think Alabama got a chance to show up like we wanted to, you know. So go ahead and put your simple name, your court name in the chat pane, and we're going to give you a shout out. Go hit the rep your set. We got Noble Dr. Michael T. Houston. Oral Temple number 9, Oasis of El Paso, Desert, Texas.
We have past potentate Davis. He is representing Arabia Temple number 8,
Florida. We also have Eugene Burns out of Arabia Temple number 8. I can't get it.
We have past commander. She's also the Deputy Imperial Director of Clowns. She's out of Kazan, Court number 117.
Hey, Giggles. Monster Court number 99, Keisha out of Orlando, Florida. Hey, Keisha.
Al-Bahar, I probably messed that all up, but Al-Bahar Court number 168 out of Camden, South Carolina. What's up?
We got Jacqueline Smith out of Arabia Court number 25, Jacksonville, Florida. Florida in the house.
We have the Desert of South Carolina. Look, that's our administrator, y'all. Mansell Temple. He is the Imperial Oriental God. I done had a whole brain fart.
We got illustrious commanders Whitmore out of Austin, Texas, because I can't even say that name.
We have another Arabia Temple number 8, Alonzo Wilson.
We got Dwight Coleman out of Malik Temple number 270. Desert of Alabama, stand up.
Oh, you got your one little Alabama. But ladies and gentlemen, that was rep your set.
I just want to say South, you know. I just want to say one more thing that got nothing to do with nothing. Roll Tide. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure everybody knew. Deputy Harper.
Yes, sir.
I've been calling you Lou. I don't know why I call you Deputy Harper.
Don't matter.
What boundaries have you had to set up between your personal life and this organization?
I don't, that's a tough question because, we wear several hats. So, we got to, put the hat on that requires the conversation when the time comes, right? So I don't have any boundaries other than, I'm a full-time employee with Comcast. So when I'm on Comcast time, that's Comcast time. But I will say that I have a strong and capable desert dive van who can answer questions when I'm not there to answer them, right? So I rely on my team to assist and support when I am off the grid and doing Comcast business. But to be honest, there are no boundaries when it comes to this position, right? You separate life, of course, and golfing. So when that 4 hours come, I don't answer the phone, right? So I would say that's the one specific boundary. But to be honest, they kind of blend together.
Okay.
Same question for you, Collette. She been yelling at me all week with his name. But same question for you. What boundaries have you set between the organization and the person and your personal life, if any?
Well, there are not many times that I don't include Kazar in everything that I do, but I do enjoy my weekends. I like to do a lot of fun activities. I like to dance. I like to travel. I like to play bid whist. So if you know anybody, oh, I'm sorry, I digress. Uh, we do a lot of blending. I include my divan, my family members, because I like to work smarter, not harder. And if they're better at doing some things, I give them all.
Okay. Whew, I think we're gonna move on to the final thoughts portion of this show. But Lou, I got a real surprise. I got something for you. You hear me? And we finna just go ahead and spring it on you one good time. All right, you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Go ahead and give me your final thoughts before we do it. I'm gonna get your final thoughts. I want you to be surprised.
All right, my final thoughts. All right, so first of all, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you all for inviting us to be the host. To be the guest on this show. My final remarks would be, let's continue to love one another. Tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Let's enjoy life. But I also want to ask everyone who's watching, everyone around the domain, everybody's aware of Hurricane Ian that came through Florida, and a lot of areas have been devastated and impacted. So we are launching a Hurricane Ian relief efforts, and we're asking for your contributions. So if you go to Google, type in the Desert of Florida AEA or NMS, click on reports, go to charitable donations, and you'll see Hurricane Ian relief. We ask that if you find it in your heart to make a donation, and we assure you that all of the money that we receive will go to those who are in need of food, supplies, specifically in the low end of Florida. That being said, thanks again. We love each and every one of you, and there's not a darn thing you can do about it. We're looking forward to seeing you in Tampa in 2023. We are Florida.
Wow, I'll tell you, I'm gonna make a donation to him.
Thank you.
Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna make a donation. Collette, same question. Do you have any words of wisdom that you would like to leave the audience with?
I am glad that you asked that. I did want to say that Deputy Harper is working in the area where the one of the communities is the most impacted. So he's down in Fort Myers. So let's love on them. Fortunately, our daughter, there's not a daughter's court in Fort Myers at this time, but he's going to work on that. So I look forward to doing more in that area. The other daughters in the desert were spared and are safe. But we do have family members in that area who are also asking for assistance. So, as I always say, let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we will reap a harvest. So let's get together and let's help out. That's okay. Thank you all for having us be a part of this activity for today. I really enjoyed it.
We had fun too.
I love y'all.
Lou.
Yes, sir.
You ready for your surprise?
Let's do it.
He looks scared.
Right. Let me go ahead and just put it out there. We got somebody that say they know you and they've been watching the show and they was like, look, I can't let this show in without coming on here and saying something to him. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him on to the studio. Go on, bring him up here.
Fun.
My road dog.
What's up? What's up? I just wanted to come on and give my support to the desert of Florida. Go Nose. During this time, our prayers go out to you all. I've been watching the show, and I wanted to speak on the support that we need to be giving Florida. That's about it. Just a quick surprise. I thank you all for having me and everything. Good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well. Chase, you wasn't too bad.
Hold on.
I know I was good. That means I was good.
You done just started talking. I ain't want to throw you out there, but is you gonna introduce yourself? Do anybody know who you is?
I was thinking everyone knows the deputy of the desert,
You.
Alabama, Palestine Temple number 18,
South.
Washington.
Come on now.
That's not what it says right there. What your name is?
Don't do that. Don't do the desert, Alabama. We ain't playing that. All right.
I'm gonna leave the South in my bag right now. Them trouble T-boys told me to behave.
Yeah. Oh, see, y'all almost got it. Well, look, I think we enjoyed y'all. We want to thank you, Lou. We want to thank you, my deputy of the desert of Alabama. We also want to thank the deputy for the desert, Miss Collette Wallace. We enjoyed y'all so much.
Absolutely.
We're gonna see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, y'all.
Oh boy, it was a whole bunch going on this show, boy.
Them deputies, I felt like they was running to be president of the United States of America.
Man, listen, they gave some of the best answers.
Yes.
They was ready. Like, I don't know, they was prepped, wasn't it?
Yes, I enjoyed them.
Today's show, once again, is brought to you guys by, like I told y'all, Imperial Media Relations, okay? We also want you guys, we want to encourage you guys to vote, okay? Voting is very, very, very important. And I don't know why people act like they don't want to vote. It just don't make no sense to me.
I don't know either. I'm going to vote. I'm going out there November 8th. I will be out there. So I hope y'all out there too. But on top of that, like, we had these deputies on here. If y'all have anybody that you want us to spotlight, or you have events that you just want us to spotlight, send all that information to PR@aeaonms.org, and we'll get it happen. So once again, thank you for coming out this afternoon, tuning into the show. We appreciate y'all. We're going to see y'all next month.
All right, and we're going to see y'all. Also, you know, that link that he talked about, Deputy Harper, is actually in the YouTube comments. So go to the YouTube comments. You'll be able to find a link directly to the relief of Hurricane Ian in the state of Florida. That's all I got for y'all. I'm going to see y'all later. I'm going to holler at y'all. Bye, Allie.
You just going to cut me off like that?
Yep.